One thing I will highlight, and I know everybody likes to rag on Graham Mertz. What I've been told from that young man, from the day he stepped on campus, he's in the training room every day, making sure that he goes through what he needs to do. He's every day out there throwing with his wide receivers and his tight ends, working on chemistry. And now, obviously, you get to see that on video in spring practice. But the stuff that happens behind the scenes that nobody really hears about is the stuff that makes you better. And Graham Mertz has been doing that since the second he stepped on campus with guys like Caleb Douglas, Andy Jean, Ricky Pearsall, all those guys going through routes on air just to get that chemistry down. And I think the biggest thing that you have from last year to this year, and like you said, I don't want to rag on the Mullen guys. I don't want to say that there's anything wrong with those guys, but you have complete and total buy-in this year. You didn't have that from certain guys last year, and it showed up in games, in the locker room. It showed up at practice sometimes, and you're not hearing those stories anymore, at least thus far
Sure.
from what we've heard since the new guys got there in January.
I'm gonna let you go here in a minute, Dave, because I know you have some notes from this, but I want to pull up two quotes. One from Austin Barber, and this is like this quote to me really it just kind of sets the tone for who that is, and it feels like it's a go-to line sometimes. But I will say I haven't heard it in a while, right? And it's good when you do hear it, and when you use it properly, it has a sting to it. And this is what he says: Graham Mertz puts a lot of work in. He's in the building every single day, like 24 hours. I never see him leave. When I leave, his car's still here. When I get here, his car's here. I'm happy he's putting the work in. That's like the Kobe quote and the Jordan quote, right? Like the guy that doesn't leave the damn building. And when you hear that, that fires you up. And like, what is Austin Barber? I mean, again, he's obviously the offensive tackle, but you don't just pull that out of left field. You know what I mean? So it's awesome hearing that and seeing the support behind him. And then Rob Sale obviously had this to say, so the kid is smart. I don't know about how ketchup would be the word anymore with how smart he is. Very, very impressed. So a lot of good things coming from that. And I guess I have Mertz Mania because the hype behind him is really starting to build. And we're going to do some projections on who we think is going to be the guy. But Dave, let's go over some notes here really quickly that you have from